Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? If you're watching this later, afternoon or good evening. Anyway, as always, it's PoppaBear, and it's time for a coffee chat. Well, first of all, I'm going to send out some invitations to some peoples to see if anybody wants to hop in and shoot the breeze or not. Otherwise, today we are talking about coffee. Yeah, we're talking about coffee. Go figure, eh? I'm going to be talking about the benefits and also some of the drawbacks, as well as to, what can be going on with them. Hey, everybody! Holy cow! Everybody's hopping in today. So, good morning. Happy 7:10, brother. How you doing, D? So, quite a few people have been asking me about benefits of coffee or coffee grinds. So, we all, every so often, end up having ourselves a nice cup of joe, right? A lot of people end up wondering, what can you do with the coffee beans after? Well, let me tell you something. You have some of the best fertilizer that you have at home, and you didn't even realize it. Coffee grinds are freaking awesome. You can use them as an additive, you can use them as a fertilizer, you can use them as, a way to help aerate your soil, but you want them used. You don't want them, unbrewed or anything. The reason why is because they are too acidic otherwise. The reason why I say that is because the amount of acidity that's actually within the Arabica bean, or Arabica, however you want to pronounce it, I'm sorry. But the acidity in it for that bean is just way too high unless you end up straining it or you dilute it. So, of course, have yourself a nice big pot of coffee and you have the garbage left over. So what are you going to do with it? Well, I'm going to tell you some of the benefits and some of the drawbacks to using coffee. Some of the benefits and some of the some of the drawbacks to using them, I look at as it's just a balance. Nature's all about balances. For every good, there's a negative. For every yin, there's a yang. So, with that being said, the negative effects. I use my grinds to clean my bong. Really? You know what? You're not the first one I've heard that from. You're about the third person that's ended up saying, I use my coffee grinds to clean my bong. You should try it. So, you know what? I think I'm going to end up trying that, D. But some of the drawbacks to using used coffee and coffee grinds and stuff like that is that you have to watch the levels you put them in and way you're applying them. The reason why I say that is because, again, the amount of acidity in them, quite a few other things. If you're not sure about the acidity levels in your caffeinated beverages, then use tea bags. Tea bags are great too. Glass has to be thick as well, not too hot water or you may crack your... Yeah, I could see that. I could see it cracking the weaker glass for sure. But yeah, I'll definitely be using that to clean out my red eye bong for sure. I've been looking for a good cleaner for that one. One of the big benefits to coffee grinds, hey, Mr. Nugget Rose, is the fact that you can use it as a mulch. Okay? Use your coffee grinds as a mulch in your compost. Use your coffee grounds as, like your dried out ones, as a mulch in your Top dresses, grind, put that all in there. Watch how thick of a layer you use. Because one of the drawbacks is that coffee grinds, believe it or not, or coffee grounds, whatever you want to call them, can become waterproof. That's right. They can develop, I forget what it's called, plasticine, or sorry, plastis something or other. It's a long term, about yay long, has about 4 vowels in it. And I think some consonants I've never seen in my life. So, but it will, when they dry out, they will get to the point where they will get waterproof. It's almost like a layer of plastic that'll end up going over top. But it's so thick, it'll end up being like a rubbery plastic kind of thing. It won't bounce, but, you know, you kind of have to watch that. So, watch how much you use as a top dress and as a mulch. If you have, say for example, a living top dress like clover, grass, for example, hairy vetch, whatever, take some dried out coffee grinds that were used and sprinkle that over top of your living mulch now that you have on top, or your top cover. And then just sprinkle that in there, chop that up on top, and let it do its thing. It's great for compost. It helps aerate it. That's right. It helps aerate your compost. You can end up using dried out coffee to bring back the liveliness of your of your compost, and you can also use it to reinvigorate a lot of the bacterium in there, whether it's lactobacillic or it's something else, like a mycorrhizal fungal spore that you're trying to get going again, or just get some of that good leaf mold going. That is one of the best things to help outside of yeast. You can also end up using coffee grinds to, like I said, help aerate your soil. Make sure they are absolutely dried out afterward. Throw them in there, sparingly, just sprinkle them in there every 6-7 inches, whatever, and it'll help to aerate your soil. And while they break down, coffee is also, a very weak coffee, I'll end up saying. So basically enough just for color, is a really good trace mineral fertilizer. That's right. People over in Colombia and Turkey and stuff like that have used it for generations in the past as a fertilizer, and it works amazingly. The amount of nitrogen that's in the coffee grinds is amazing. That's another reason why I say you have to watch how much you use, because for every brand of coffee out there, it's its own mix, it's its own blend, and we all know this. So if you end up getting something that's called Twitchy's Death Cup, for a fact it's going to be so high in caffeine that Twitchy called it Death Cup, right? Well, you're going to want to watch how much ends up going in there, right? So keep that in mind. There are other benefits to using coffee grinds, and I don't want to tell everybody all of the benefits. I want you to go out and I want you to, find them. If you have any suggestions later on, guys, by all means, drop a comment down later and share it with the rest of us. But as always, I'm PoppaBear, and I hope you take care of each other. Peace.